And the concept of the hackathon was we wanted to create a pretty much competition for a script writing event. And the scripts, what we had in mind for the scripts was we eventually wanted to turn them into actual telenovelas. And for the hackathon, what we thought was to send out different like flyers, try to get the word out about these hackathons, the hackathon that we're doing, and promoting it to everyone. It didn't have to just be students or even necessarily UH. It's just open to the public. We wanted to get a bunch of script writers in here for one day. They were going to be doing it for about like 8-9 hours of the day, and we needed them to crank out, 3 scripts, 5 minutes long each. Oh man, my experience was honestly like kind of all over the place, just because, so I've never dealt with anything in terms of like media on, like, I mean, I consume media, right? Like I like movies, I like shows and things like that, but like I've never experienced anything like that on the other end of it. So watching the production going into place, watching the actors getting here and going over the lines and learning it and doing takes and reshoots and things like that. Like I've never seen that myself. So that alone was super exciting. I'm trying to get different media to pick it up, because again, like this project we think is a really great thing, and we want to try to get like more people to see it and understand what we're doing and realize like how big we're trying to make it, and try to make it more effective to the community that we're trying to reach out to. So just on both ends of it, the filming was just so fantastic. Yeah, so the community outreach from the different precincts has been so positive and so receptive, which I guess if you think about it, like that is the overall goal, right? Like with this project, our whole mindset behind it is, this is information that we want to get out to these communities, Hispanic and Latino communities, because there is not a lot of information about Alzheimer's and dementia. And the fact that we've had these precincts come out and we're having them at community centers, and there's just so many people coming in. And then the way the layout is structured is we'll watch the telenovelas both in English and Spanish. And then we'll have a Q&A, like a panel for a Q&A afterwards. And usually we allot like about an hour or so for like the Q&A portion. And the response that we get during that section is phenomenal. We have people literally asking questions the entire time. Sometimes we even go over. Again, these communities do not have this information readily available to them. And a lot of that is because of the fact that it is really taboo in these communities, like where it's not really talked about. It's kind of like swept under the rug. People don't really acknowledge it. So the fact that we're hosting these events, we're showing the screens of the telenovelas, the responses are super, super positive. And the fact that they want all this information and want to find out, where can I learn more? How can I follow up? And things of that nature. It's been such a blessing to see it, because again, like seeing where it's kind of started from to where it's at now, and then seeing the response we get, like I don't know if we could have ever hoped for anything better than what we're getting currently. Yeah, so the media response to the story has been a little surprising to me, just because of the fact that like I guess like I didn't realize that so many outlets would be so keen on trying to pick up the story, right? Like I know when we go in school, we understand that a lot of times media is not very receptive when we try to reach out to them. So the goal is to try and get to as many people as you can and try and like get them to like kind of look more in depth in what you're pitching, right? I think a lot of it kind of goes to show with the cause that we're doing is really just, I don't know if you could really like root against us when we're trying to get information out to these publics. We're trying to get information about Alzheimer's and dementia and how it is, a really tough disease for families to deal with and cope with.